I asked you this question earlier when we were talking about Alex, but in this kind of context here, when it comes to shifting the belly fat, how important is this training piece versus the nutrition piece?
Training is really important because we need that stimulus. We need that external loading. We need that stimulus to support the body because we don't have estrogen, progesterone. Nutrition does play a role as well because we know we can't out-exercise a bad diet. So then when we look at nutrition, protein's super, super important in peri and postmenopause, probably more so than premenopausal because we have anabolic resistance as we get older. So it takes more protein to get that effect. So we look post-exercise protein for women who are peri and postmenopause is at 40-gram dose as opposed to what we generally hear of a 25, 30-gram dose because we need more for that tipping point. And regular protein across the day is so important. And we find that it's really difficult for older people to eat that much protein because they're, I'm not hungry, but we really push that protein and good carbohydrate from fruit and veg for that gut diversity. So we match those two together and we start to see significant change.
And is fasting still a no-no? Do you still like the sort of 15-gram protein prior to a training session in the morning?
Yep. Especially early postmenopausal women because they already have a higher baseline level of cortisol. So they're already in that sympathetic drive. They already have the predisposition for putting on visceral fat. So we need that protein. We need the hypothalamus to be like, oh, okay, yep, there's some stuff coming in. I'm good. I don't have to have the signals to put in that extra abdominal fat.
Mm-hmm. And are there any supplements or particular nutrients or herbs or adaptogens that would be different to what we spoke about earlier that may be more relevant during this period of life?
So I'm going to say creatine again, especially now when we're looking at brain changes and brain health. And 3 to 5 grams daily. And then depending on how stressed she is, right? I really try to get people to use ashwagandha when they're in this early postmenopause phase, just to really try to get them out of that sympathetic drive that's new, and really relearn that parasympathetic. I can also pull a lot on Huberman's non-sleep deep rest, which I think is yoga nidra for the first part, and implement that as well. Anything that gets that parasympathetic drive is going to help with body recomp, as well as getting that really significant sympathetic response downgraded.
Mm-hmm. Regarding that body recomp, does Naomi need to be in a calorie deficit to shift the belly weight, or with the right training and nutrition, can the body composition just change without being in a kind of calorie deficit per se?
Yeah, so unfortunately, the automatic response when people start to hit peri and postmenopause and they're putting on the weight is calories in, calories out. I need to be in a calorie deficit. But then this leads people to being in low energy availability and RED-S. Yes, the metabolism does slow down a little bit when you hit postmenopause, but we can counter that with protein intake. So it's not about calorie deficit as it is about macronutrient redistribution. So we're looking at that higher amount of protein, a little bit lower amount of carbohydrate, and good amount of fat. So instead of hitting about 40% of calories coming from carbohydrate, we're dropping it down to about 35. And we're having protein really up there, hitting that 2 grams per kilogram of body weight. Because we want a lot of fruit and veg for that gut diversity is super important because we've had that shift in perimenopause, but we need that protein. Mm-hmm. We need that protein for lots of body functions as well as lean mass.
We haven't spoken about dietary fat much, but how important are fats within this discussion as well, both, I guess, for Alex and Naomi? Some people are perhaps scared of eating fat, thinking that fat will make them fat. What's your view on fat, and what sort of advice would you have for both Alex and Naomi here?
So fat, I think so many women are afraid of it from the 90s of, high carb, low fat. But when we look at fat, it's really important. It's good for our myelin sheath, brain health. It's good for satiation. We look at it as a good means for our gut microbiome. And we want to look at it as plant and a little bit of animal fat. Like, don't be afraid of it. It's really beneficial and it's necessary.